So your department is very potential. It is multidisciplinary, essentially multidisciplinary, right? Because you also need mechanical engineering in designing your carts, in designing the physiotherapy, all those it requires, and even designing the chairs for dentist, etc. It also gets into that direction also. Plus, your department is potential to even design robots and robotics in the conventional treatment, like the physiotherapy. Then why we need people now for that? Okay, so you should think. Your department in the long run, you should aim in the following way. Number one, you should have 2 admissions in a year. 2 admissions, not 1 admission, 2 admissions in a year. The reason is, in 2.1, the students should be here, and in 2.2, they should be in the industry. Not only industry, hospital, whatever it is. 3.1, they should come back to institution. 3.2, again, those subjects should, again, those subjects, practice part should happen in the industry. So now 4.1 and 4.2, obviously internship, etc., etc. Therefore, you have got to, as Dr. Laura mentioned, it is necessary that we should be associated for minimum 1.5 years. It is very necessary. It would be good. But you have got to focus on interdisciplinary. To make it interdisciplinary, your first year should be stronger. They should be strong in mathematics, they should be strong in physics, and they should also know biology. They should also know what is the soft cell, what is a soft tissue, how, instrumentation would be done with the soft tissue, how the instrumentation would be done with calcium, bones, etc. Right? So they should know a bit of biology also. Therefore, we have got to plan. Biology people should get oriented to physics, and physics people should get oriented to biology. So you should have a different type of first year also altogether, and mathematical imagination should be there. Your department courses should be organized into 3 groups. Number 1, naturally, creation, that's what is research. Number 2, instrumentation maintenance, right, like calibration, etc. Number 3, service providing. What is the service providing, like Dr. Malakundaya Garu just now mentioned? There are physiotherapists, they cannot have all of them. So you build up that service providing instrumentation system. You build up the database of all those instruments. You have okay. The maintenance should go as a workshop. This is building up the all facilities. The people can become the members, and they can draw it for one day, they can use it for one day, they can give it back depending upon the patient, and they will all be available. And while doing that, our students should also accompany to see. Okay, that's why you are an expert. Therefore, you have got to develop your entire curriculum as 1, there is maintenance, 2, service, and 3, creation. These are all different type of people, different type of students with different aptitude also. For example, the lateral admissions, diploma people, they could be more useful for service, and they could be more useful for, in general they could be, but they can also be creators, right? Whereas our BTech boys who are not really liking to get into creators can do this job activity, right? So you have got to plan. You could be able to plan in this direction, and then you should find out somebody who is about to retire or close to retirement in Siemens or in GE, and who doesn't want to go outside India, right? And give him, create him a chair position, have him invited here, right? The most important thing is you should have a medical doctor also as a faculty in your department. How it would happen? It cannot happen full-time basis. You have got to have an invited basis. You have got to have a medical doctor who is very good in the instrumentation system, in all the system. Okay, you should have a medical doctor associated. In Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham, there was a medical doctor, and that developed into Madai campus, there was a medical doctor. It started with that. Today, that institution has 5 medical doctors in biomedical department, and rest of them are engineers also. JSS Medical College and SJ College of Engineering, which has now become JSS University, they have a master's degree program, which is for both. IIT Kharagpur has a master's degree program, which is for both for doctors and for engineers. Right? IIT Kharagpur also has got a biomedical instrumentation, which is for both doctors and engineers, right? So we should aim at that. And the other point, I do not know, you are not even utilizing the ability of being a deemed to be university. Deemed to be university is a central university, and you don't need to go to AICT or UGC to give an integrated MTech and PhD program. Who said that AICT has to clear that? Who said that? You are still thinking in that old mode of being an affiliated college, right? So you have an integrated MTech and PhD research program, and this integrated MTech and research program can always go in multiple directions. Now, the day when a dentist comes to you to do this program towards PhD, a day when a doctor comes to you, then you are the most successful department. Similarly, engineers also should come, like this young lady who has come from IIT Madras, who has been doing good work, right? So we have got to do that, okay? So MTech by result is already there. See, they have got a groundwork, BTech. See, you are not, the whole problem with the way you are designing MTech is they are all useless in BTech. Therefore, we have got to give them all fundamental subjects again. Don't do that. They have already done their BTech. Trust them. Start your expectations with MTech. Don't need so much of classroom teaching for MTech people. They have got to get into action. They are master's degree people, right? So, like, we have designed that MTech by research. That doesn't require any AICT because you have to interpret these are all possible research candidates, possibly completing PhD. If they don't, they will get an MTech degree, right? And even then, technically I can tweak. Your MTech electronic seats are not getting filled up. Not at all getting filled up. The embedded, the IoT, VLSI, all those things can be tweaked into biomedical instrumentation problems also. Isn't it? All that I got to give a MTech degree, and within bracket I can always mention that it is biomedical specialist applicable to biomedical instrumentation. Isn't it? So when the seats are not getting filled up, you should not be afraid. Let that be filled up and you start using. You start guiding your candidates. And later, when you see the potential, you will have a specific MTech program later. Right? So it is always possible. So within the scope of being a university, you can do wonders. Right? One, this is good. You have all engineering background people. Good. You have at least 1 or 2 visiting medical background faculty also. Right? I think I asked you this question sometime also, earlier also. Have you identified somebody with medical background? Okay, bio background, right? That's very essential. MBBS, that's right. Yes, yeah. But then he has got to be here. Only then you will definitely understand. Yeah.
Every hospital.
Yeah, correct. So you should do that.
Who maintains the instruments?
See, you should create the jobs for many self-employment jobs. I really like that idea given by Dr. Malakonda. There are many people, physiotherapists, dentists, etc. They don't have instruments. You build up, let them use it. You build up a big lab, let them bring the patients here. Okay, if they are not mobile instruments, if they are all fixed instruments, you build it and you build up here and let the patients come over here. Way back we used to go for X-ray somewhere, from this hospital to some other hospital. ECG itself, when we were children at that age, we were taking our elderly people from one hospital to another hospital. Right. Okay, now today ECG, you can just see it on your mobile itself. Okay. Right. But then, if really immobile, big, huge setup, then you can have one here. Alright? the setup, you can have 1 year because anyway it is essential for us, for study purpose, for research purpose. It is essential. Let that be also used as a service unit. Okay, we can provide this service, right? Only thing is your faculty should be retained. Right? The visiting faculty cannot build up a great department. Right? But visiting people like doctors are permanent visitors. Right? They will be on the visiting role because definitely for a doctor, we may not be able to meet his demand and expectations. So let him work somewhere else also. Let him work here also. Isn't it? Okay. But then I was surprised. Why E grade, why it could happen. I was really getting surprised and then, but then I now understand this is previous year. In previous year, you were below E also. I now know that. Yeah, I know that. Now we have come up. I think now, given an opportunity for a review, where will you come as on today? If I give a review opportunity for yourself, from E, where do you come? With the present infrastructure, present faculty strength, present students, present know-how, where will you come? Will you jump to A? Not possible. Will you jump to B? Can you jump to B? B is also upper bound. C, C plus could be good enough as on that. Good. But all the best. In immense brain surgery, skull surgery is done by a robot only. The doctor just does the diagnosis, fixes up the coordinates, and the blood clot here just drills, and then after drilling, it sucks. Like we suck Coca-Cola, tender coconut, it sucks, and done. And next, the antibiotics are just pumped in, finished, nothing.